The moment you figure out how to dress for a season, it seems like that season is over and you have to dress for totally new weather. And I feel like it's even worse in the spring, because in the spring the weather seems to change in a single day. So today, Haley and I are going to show you how to dress for spring when the weather's changing all the time. We're going to show you 6 different outfits for 3 different weather scenarios. One when it's hot and cold in the same day, one when it's wet and dry in the same day, and on a windy day. We're going to show you which seam work patterns work best for each scenario, and stay till the end because you're going to see our favorite garment to sew for spring. Haley and I each picked out an outfit for each of these 3 weather scenarios, so let's take a look. This is the first outfit that I picked out for a day when it's going to be both hot and cold and you're not exactly sure what the weather's going to do. What I like to do is I like to wear dresses on days like that you can layer with tights. And then you can put socks over them to keep your feet warm. And if you need to, you can even take off the tights in the middle of the day. So we've got the Luxie dress here, which is such a beautiful dress with this square neckline and long sleeves. So that'll help to kind of keep you warm, but the fabric is light enough that you're not going to be super, super hot. It's not like a sweater dress. It's kind of a lighter weight knit dress. And then over that, we've layered the Denise coat, which is a heavier layer that you can put on for when you get cold. When you go inside, maybe it's a little bit warmer, you can take it off and keep cool. So this is just a beautiful, beautiful outfit that works perfectly for spring.
I love the necklines together too.
Yeah,
So good.
They work really well together.
So when it's springtime especially, I always want to feel really springy.
Yeah, because you've been looking forward to it.
You've been looking forward to it for all of this time. And so what I always do on those like too cold, too hot days is I start with like a springy layer. So my base layer here is the Madu top, and then I have the Chelsea jeans, which I just think is like such a cute little outfit. And then I layer on something really cozy over top that's going to make me, comfortable in the chillier weather. So this is kind of my favorite outfit for those types of days.
I love the proportions too of the Chelsea jeans and the short, like kind of cropped Madu top. It's springtimey, but I don't know, it's very like, it works.
Yeah, I like that it's playing with some different silhouettes and shapes, and there's a little bit of drama, but it's not overdone. For the springtime, when we have that kind of wishy-washy weather, I'm always going to go for a closed-toed shoe option, preferably a boot or a sneaker, something I can wear some socks with, because I'm not about having cold feet. If you feel like boots feel really winter or fall, you could go for something like a little lighter color, just to make it feel lighter and brighter and a little bit more spring.
Now we're going to talk about when it goes from wet to dry, dry to wet. That's kind of our life in the spring here in the Pacific Northwest. So this is a very familiar type of outfit to me. So what we have here is, first of all, the Vicky top underneath, which this one's made in, I think it's like a fleece backed sweater knit. Is that what you would describe this as, Haley?
Yes.
It's really nice and soft on the inside. And if it's extra cold, you could even wear something underneath, like a camisole or something to keep extra warm. So that's the top, the Vicky top. And then on the bottom, we have the Tessa jeans. So jeans and a knit top, I mean, that's pretty much a perfect spring outfit in and of itself. And then we have the Frances coat over the top, and this is the Frances with the bonus, which has a hood. So it's made into sort of a rain jacket. And this is a very familiar outfit to me. Jeans, a top, and a rain jacket just thrown over the top to keep me dry is pretty much perfect for most days in spring. And then we have the Drew headband, which it looks like a scarf here, which is actually kind of cute.
It is cute. I like
Wrapped
it.
around your neck. But you could also wear it in your hair for those frizzy hair days when it's wet outside and my hair gets like. And then we have some sneakers. You could really wear any kind of shoe with this, I think, in the spring, though. You could do sneakers for a casual look. You could do boots to keep your feet nice and dry. But this is just a perfect rainy day outfit. You can take off the raincoat and wear it in dry weather, too.
I think a really good style tip to glean from this formula is that the kind of star detail going on here is this really great neckline detail. And so in cases when you know you're going to be covering up mostly with a jacket, to make sure that the star is still somewhat visible, I think is like kind of a great styling technique.
Yeah, I like to just tie my raincoat in the front. Like, I don't bother buttoning up unless it's raining at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a way you can kind of mix things up a little bit.
Totally.
Another thing you can do is that if it gets warm and you want to have it open in front to show those cool details, is you can just tie the tie in the back. You can do this with a trench coat or rain jacket, and it just looks really cute and chic. And just keep it tied in the back.
I feel like we would qualify as kind of experts on dressing for the rain.
For rain, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to dressing for rain, I feel like you have like 2 days. You have your like downpour days, I'm wearing a rain jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And then your like drizzle days where you're like, for the sake of the fit, I'm going to brave it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to brave it. So this would be like my light drizzle. Keep the rain jacket in your car, just in case. And you're going to wear this. First, we have the Campbell jumpsuit, which is one of my all-time favorite jumpsuits. It's just a really great kind of utilitarian style jumpsuit.
Very comfy too.
So comfy. You have your belted waist, which gives you a little bit of shape and also some flexibility if you need to, like, you know, eat a burrito or do whatever you got to do. And then layered over that, we have our Rhett jacket, which I think kind of echoes some of the style lines and details going on with Campbell. I like how the brighter blue denim and the kind of lilac play with each other here.
Yeah, they look great together. And very springtimey too.
So springtimey. And then like my number one rainy weather tip is keep a freaking hat in your car.
Not just a hat, but a frickin'
A
hat.
freaking hat. You just pop that little baby on. Save your hair.
Yeah.
Or maybe your hair is, you know, cannot be saved. Like mine.
And the great thing is you have these huge pockets. You can stick the hat right in the pocket.
Stick it right in there. If you're like really extra, you can make this in a waterproof or water resistant fabric, which would be a really great idea, and someone should go do that and tell me about their results. I should also mention that this is the Ray hat. Ray is actually a 2-for-1 pattern. It is a belt bag and a bucket hat. And I think actually the belt bag would look really great with this outfit too, if you just want to go for it.
So now we're going to talk about a weather phenomenon that is my personal nemesis because I live on top of a hill, which is wind. Wind can be really bad in the spring. And so the outfit I've chosen for a windy day is, first of all, a skirt that is not going to blow up. So if you like to wear skirts, I like to wear skirts, especially in spring. I feel like I've been wearing pants all winter long. I want to transition to wearing dresses and skirts, but I don't want my skirt to be up over my head, which, you know, has happened. So this is the Leonora skirt. And this one is in a corduroy, which you might not think of as being a fabric for spring, but I really like corduroy in the spring. And this one is kind of a rusty color, which has sort of a little bit of an autumnal look, but you could also do it in a lighter color and a more pastel color. You could do it in like a white and neutral. There's a lot of choices, and depending on the color you choose, it's going to look completely different. So that's the Leonora skirt, which I just love this skirt. I really like a short, straight skirt in spring. It goes with everything. I mean, you can wear just about any top with it. And then the top I've chosen here is the Jenny top, which is a nice kind of, you know, it's sort of like in between winter and summer. It's like a lighter weight top in this nice kind of light rib knit, but it has some coverage, so it's going to keep you covered up if it's a little bit cool, which is great on a windy day. And then the Keaton blazer over the top. A blazer makes everything look just a little bit smarter. I feel like this whole outfit is very kind of academic looking, which I really, really like. And it's very smart for spring.
Especially when you're feeling all frazzled and like, you know, wind blown. It's nice to have a really nice polished outfit to, you know, counteract that effect.
Definitely.
So when I'm dressing for windy weather, I think my top priorities are like, one, I don't want a wardrobe malfunction. I don't want anything popping out, flying up, none of that. The other thing is I want to feel like really polished because I feel so just like wind blown and not feeling cute in the wind. So this
chaotic.
It's way too chaotic. So I want something that's like really chic to kind of counteract that chaos. So here I have the Oliver sweater. What I like about this sweater is there's not too much volume in it, because volume means it can get caught in the wind. We don't want a parachute effect. We also have the Dexter pants, which are just nice and fitted. They're gonna stay where you put them. I love that. And then the Baz coat, which has the tie belt. So again, keeping everything staying put where I put it.
Mm-hmm.
No wardrobe malfunctions here.
I feel like a wrap coat is such a nice thing for a windy day because you just, it's like wearing a blanket that's tied in place. You know?
Totally.
So our number one top garment for the spring is definitely going to be a rain jacket. So I want to tell you about this one that we have coming out soon. You want to talk about it, Haley?
Yeah, so this is the Lou jacket. It is our release, one of our releases that's coming out in March, and it's actually our 200th seamwork pattern, if you can actually believe that.
That's amazing.
This just feels like really appropriate since we are out of the Pacific Northwest, and it's kind of a dream garment for me. So it's a totally lined hooded jacket that you can make in water repellent or resistant fabric. It has lots of great details. Of course, a hood, snap closures, buttons, this really great adjustable tab on the sleeve, and I just think it's going to be a hit. I love the kind of swingy, vintage-inspired nature of this coat.
And we should mention this is just a prototype, so that's why it's in
yes.
this muslin fabric.
So stay tuned to see even more beautiful photos of this in actual fashion fabric. But this is the reality of developing patterns.
A little
is
behind the
that
scenes.
The prototypes look like this. So I choose. This zipper has to be just like.
It is. It totally is. And then you were on a roll, and I was like, I don't want to interrupt because I'm all like, here's the zipper being like.
Like a tambourine.
Yeah.
In the springtime with the wishy-washy weather, I'm always. Grab the zipper. Okay. And then for the shoes, when we have kind of wishy-washy, I remembered to grab it.
It was so deliberate, though. You're always like,
Tape it down, and then just do what you gotta do.
Oh my God.
we get B-roll. I could put it on, like,
Yeah.
crosswise, put the hat in it, take the hat out of it, put it on my head.
Do it again. Do it again.
Feather.
Weather.
Weather.